Connecting a Microsoft Foundry agent is exactly how enterprise orchestrators delegate tasks to external AI frameworks without having to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. As cloud engineers and AI architects, you're constantly running into highly specialized models, stuff built by your data science teams that absolutely need to be integrated directly into your central orchestrator. In this explainer, we're going to break down how to bridge that gap logically, efficiently, and most importantly, securely.
Here's the roadmap for this explainer. We'll be looking at Foundry agent architecture, prerequisites and portal pitfalls, configuring the orchestrator connection, updating agent connections, and finally, governance and responsible AI.
Let's jump right into Section 1, Foundry Agent Architecture.
So let's establish our baseline. A Microsoft Foundry agent handles capabilities that are way beyond what's practical to build directly within Copilot Studio. Think about enterprise scenarios where you need highly fine-tuned models, really complex reasoning chains, or custom knowledge configurations. By connecting to these external units, you get to directly leverage that existing, highly specialized data science work. So how does this data actually flow?
The technical logic here is completely driven by generative orchestration. Look, from the orchestrator's perspective, the Foundry agent is really just a specialized external unit. Your Copilot orchestrator receives a prompt, uses generative routing to assess what's being asked, and then pushes it straight to the Foundry agent endpoint. The orchestrator invokes it exactly like any other connected unit, which is fantastic because it brilliantly maintains your modular system architecture.
Moving on to Section 2, Prerequisites and Portal Pitfalls.
Okay, before you even think about linking an orchestrator to a Foundry project, you've got to meet some specific technical prerequisites in your environment. As the architect, you have to either secure direct access to the Foundry project yourself, or, at the bare minimum, you need to get the project endpoint URL and the unique agent ID from your dev team. You literally cannot proceed without these routing coordinates. And speaking of deployment, there's a huge trap you need to watch out for.
This brings us to a major portal pitfall. Listen closely. If your data science team built the agent in the legacy Azure AI Studio, any connection attempt from Copilot Studio is going to immediately hit a 404 error. No way around it. To get an active connection, that agent must be created and published in the new Microsoft Foundry portal. If you hit that 404, the Foundry team is going to have to completely recreate the unit. Let's look at the actual implementation steps.
Let's get into Section 3, Configuring the Orchestrator Connection.
All right, here's the connection logic block you'll need to follow. You start by selecting the option to connect an external Microsoft Foundry agent. Then, you'll enter that project endpoint URL, assign a distinct name and description, and input your specific agent ID. Now, what is absolutely crucial here is Step 3, the description, because that text actually dictates your entire routing architecture.
You see, in this system, the description field isn't just there for documentation. It's literally your generative routing signal. The agent description feeds directly into the orchestrator logic, which then drives the final delegation decision. To put that into perspective, let's say Fabricam builds a vendor risk analyst agent that's fine-tuned on threat intelligence. The description you provide is exactly what tells the orchestrator which user queries have to be routed to that specific risk model.
Which brings us to Section 4, Updating Agent Connections.
In real-world enterprise systems, you know that underlying models change all the time as developers roll out new versions. Well, the technical logic here is built purely for efficiency. If the Foundry team releases a new agent version with a different ID, you do not have to tear down the whole thing and rebuild the connection from scratch. You simply update the agent ID field on the details page. That preserves your perfectly crafted generative routing description and significantly minimizes any operational downtime.
Finally, Section 5, Governance and Responsible AI.
Okay. Once you're connected, the Foundry-hosted agent is processing all of those delegated user messages. This is a major architectural shift, right? The responsibility now falls squarely on your shoulders, as the architect, to ask, is our data processing fully appropriate? You have got to confirm that this external data processing actually aligns with your organizational use cases before you start routing any live user traffic. Let's break down the strict checks you need to run.
You must systematically verify these specific checks. Ask yourself, does the Foundry agent log or retain conversation content? Has it officially completed your internal responsible AI review? What are the specific data processing terms? A major operational pitfall here is trying to bypass these organizational reviews. Remember, this integration is currently a preview feature, so it's not meant for production environments yet. You have to lock down those use case restrictions. Returning to our Fabricam example,
Their architect went straight to the security team to verify that the risk assessment agent passed the internal AI review. They confirmed there is absolutely no data retention beyond the active session, meaning the entire flow aligns perfectly with their procurement policies. Remember, technical connectivity is only half the job. Strict governance is the anchor. So as you build out your modular systems, you have to ask yourself, are your enterprise third-party AI connections truly compliant, or is there a hidden data compliance flaw just waiting to be triggered in your routing logic?